I'm going to do some texturing of the walls and the door again in Substance Painter because I want to show you a couple of different techniques. It's very simple, all right, I'm not going to do anything crazy, but what I've done over here is I've created separate materials. I've got a section in here where I'm going to have wall tiles. So for example, if I select that, wall tiles, I'm going to have some trim, I think here. And I'm going to have another section up here. I've called it wall concrete, but that doesn't really matter. And then I've got the door frame. I've got a separate material for that. I've got a separate material for the door metal, for the door glass, and for that's still part of the door. But over here I've got just one piece I've called back wall, but I do want to have different materials on there. So I have different materials on this and different materials on this. Some of the materials will be the same. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to export this as an FBX and bring it into Substance Painter. All right, here we are in Substance Painter, and you can see my back wall and then my various materials that I created in Blender. All of these ones for this piece and just one material for this. All right, so the first thing we need to do is to bake the mesh maps. I'm going to do this at 2K, uncheck that, and bake them. All right, so the textures have been baked. It took about 1.5 minutes to do that, and we're going to get started. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the door. I'm going to delete the default layer. I'm going to come over to materials, and I'm going to choose metal, and I'm going to use this steel painted metal here. I'm looking at the scale and I'm actually okay with that, so I'm just going to go ahead and change the colors. Now I may use slightly different colors in the end, but just for the sake of this video, we're just going to get something that we like, you know, that would look cool. So I kind of like that one, steel painted, so I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put that on the door frame as well. Okay, I'll stick with that for now. All right, let's do the door metal. Last time I think I used this, and I'm going to stick with that. And we'll go ahead and we'll do the glass again. For the glass, we have to come into the shader and choose PBR metal rough with alpha blending. We also have to go to the texture settings and add an opacity channel. All right, so now we can come to the glass. I'm going to use a smart material, glass, use this visor, base. We're going to lower the opacity like that so it's a bit see-through. And then I'm going to create a fill layer with a black mask. I'm going to change the color here though to a dark, and we'll make it like a dark brown sort of. Start with that. And I'm going to use a smart mask, and the one I'm going to use is this dirt ground, and that'll give us some dirt around there. So yeah, that's going to be basically it for that door. Then of course there's going to be bolts on there, but we'll do those in Blender. No sense doing that here. All right, so let's grab this steel painted, and let's see, the wall concrete, let's paste that in there. But I think I'm going to change the color a little bit and make it just a little bit lighter. And let's see if there's anything else I want to do. I just want something else in there. Let's try that. Okay. And let's see. Maybe we'll use something like that for the trim as well. But we're going to change its color. I want a nice dark color, almost black. How's that? Now what I might do is I might change the scale here. Let's try 8, 12. So that's going to put it up there as well. And I might actually go back to, let's see, to here and try 12 as well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with these colors exactly, but what I want to do as well is come to the tiles. I want to do tiles here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that in, and let's make this sort of white. All right. This part is going to be the grout. Let's add a fill layer and a black mask. And I don't need metal or normal. For base color, let's sample this green. Now let's get a bluish green in there. Let's try this. Okay, let's increase the height and come over here and add a generator, and we'll use the brick generator. Probably going to change that color, but we'll check that out in a bit. Let's go for 22. Right, 22. For the bevel, let's go for 0.05 for the X and 0.05 for the Y. And we'll change that color. Have a bit of smoothness. And we'll change the offset to 0. Okay, let's come back here. Kind of like that. All right, so then we can adjust the height as we like to give the sense of having the tiles there. All right, so we got trim. Now I actually created a piece that would fit over there and here. So that part is done. It's just a question of adjusting roughness and stuff like that. Now, if I wanted to put some grunge on here, I'll just show you if I want to do that. Let's say I wanted a black mask, and I'll just choose a smart mask, and we wanted something like this on there. You know, you can see that it goes on the tiles, and if I wanted to, I could, you know, have it cut away into there. We could get rid of the color so it's just damaged like that, but you'll see that it doesn't extend into the other parts of the wall. So another example is let's say we wanted just like a blood stain, and I wanted on here say color and height, let's say, and I want to make this just red. I'll just do this real quickly, and let's say I want to increase a little bit, and I'll come to alphas and I'll put like stain or something like that, and I don't know which one, just anything for now, and I do that or that. All right, it goes on there, but it doesn't extend. So if you wanted, you know, a drip or something like that. All right, whereas on the other one, because it's one material, it will be more than one materials, but it's just this, that'll work differently. So let's get rid of that for now. I'll leave that stuff in there just for the fun of it. Okay, so let's come over now to here, the back wall. Let's create a folder. I'm going to search for wood. I'm I'm going to drag this in, and I'm going to create a black mask. And you can see that as I click in projection mode, it's putting down this in the wrong orientation. So I'm going to change this to 90 degrees first of all. And I'm also going to come over to polygon fill, and I'm going to switch to UV chunk fill. And I should be able to get quite a bit more within the wood very quickly. In fact, I can do this. All right, so let me just go around and get all the stuff that I want in wood. All right, I think I've got it. So I've got some wood on there, and I want a different material in here, and I may have missed some. Yes, I have. So let's go back and just double check now. Okay, those sides. All right, if I'm missing anything, I'll come back and do it later. Okay, so this is wood. I'm going to create another folder on top. I'm going to add a black mask, and I'm going to take that steel painted and bring that in. I'm going to come up to here, projection, and I'm going to click there. And I'm going to have to go around. Let me see where I'm at. I'm in UV chunk. Okay, well, I will have to select these in pieces here and see if I miss any. These inner corners sometimes aren't done, and so all right, now I can still come up to here, and I can still change the scale of that if I want to do that. In fact, I'm going to change the color. And make it more with black. Might change some colors and stuff like that, but that's the basic idea of what I want so far. Now, I just wanted to show you that blood stuff over here. So if I came over here on the same layer here, the back wall, if I just add, say, just a regular paint layer, and we go for color and height, it's remembered that stuff from before. So if we come in here, if I do this, you see it goes over everything. So I'll do stains again, and I'm just choosing anything. All right, so that's one reason why you might want to do them together, in case that's something that you would want to do if you needed to do stuff like that. All right, so I've got my stuff done. I'm going to get rid of that. And I've got wood here, and I've got cabinets. Good enough. So I can now export this over to Blender. The only thing you need to remember is you need to have the opacity in your template, and I have videos on that as well. So I'll decide if I'm going to like these colors or not, or I might just bring them and give it a try, and if I want this effect on there, if I want to do other stuff, we'll see. But that's the basics of creating that together. Now I could have done this with the ceiling and the floor together, but I just wanted to show you that. And so we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll come back and we'll do some more work.